Just different.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Her own daddy keep touching her. Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Trying to get justice for George Floyd. And if Bill Gates got the cure, make sure he got one for cancer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the one in the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice, they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause the nigga that did it, he still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new balance. Rest in peace to all the young fallen soldiers. Didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Seeing the road ahead like a full focus. You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've seen.
It's like that.
Live your life, not mine.
It's like that.
If you know what I mean.
It's like that.
You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've seen.
Yeah.
Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. They don't know. You don't know. We don't know.
Life is a bitch and death is a motherfucker. You can't trust a mother, cause people be mother. They stab you in your back and they smile up in your face. They do whatever it takes to have another place. The population polluted and robbing and shooting. Their mental state be diluted. They owe them all that they booted. Now how you only 17 and you looking 35. It's a wonderful time in this life to be alive. You better get your together. Stop wasting your time, cause time waits for no one. No person, place, no thing. Yeah.
It is, man. Happy Thursday to ya. Host with the most, man. Focus Field of Phocuz Radio. We do this thing, man, each and every Thursday. Show kicks off at 6 p.m. We go all the way to 8 p.m. So we are, man, your hottest evening podcast. You already know what it is, man. 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. Once again, 301-761-1040 is the call-in number. All my Facebook followers, you can follow me right now on the book, and that's at Phocuz Field. That's PHOCUZ, PHILL. Simple as ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. For all my IG people out there, like snapping them pics, you already know what it is. At Field Phocuz. It's just that simple. And for all my Twitter fingers out there, at Phocuz Radio, man, it's just that simple. And I want to thank you all, man, for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, in your car, in your house, but you're here with me, tuning in. And you already know what it is, man. I want to start the show off with Rest in Paradise to Tommy Broadwater. We all know who Tommy Broadwater is, right? I know my old heads know, my old heads know that is Tommy Broadwater, man. My engineer do such a great job of finding these picks. I don't even think that was a pick I sent, but it's a great pick right here. This is Tommy Broadwater. He died at the age of 81. He was just so cool I don't even know what the cause of death was. I'm sure we'll find out. But he started out as a politician. Definitely, man. He grew up, I would say poor back in those days when he grew up. He actually owned many businesses on the same road that he grew up on, which was Sheriff Road. I want to say he was a delegate in Maryland. He was a politician in Maryland. He did a lot of great things, man. He had a great run in Prince George's County. He was well known. He was kind of famous in Prince George's County. And he got into some trouble. It was actual, I think he went to jail, former state senator, I'm sorry, for PG County. And he had went to jail for food stamp fraud of $80,000. I think he did some small jail time. And of course, he lost his seat as the former state senator of Prince George's County. But the reason why, I'm gonna turn this down. Y'all got somebody on my live waiting for me. But I got you, Don. I got you. He actually was the like I say, he was a politician, and he lost his seat due to some fraudulent activity, and he'd be the first one to admit it. He said they set him up. It's kind of like Man Murray and Burry, right? That bitch set me up. You remember that? They had the shirts and everything. But anyway, make a long story short, I think a great guy always, I think a great guy, man. He became a Bills Bombman. He owned the Ebony Inn, that grocery store that was across the street from Ebony Inn. He owned several homes along that block, along with other businesses, man. And just a real humble guy, well-known guy, but definitely all about helping his Black people. And I think that Tommy Broadwater, man, actually started the politician culture. Like, you know how they say Allen Iverson, he started wearing the big shorts in the NBA with the cornrows and the tattoos. You know what I mean? You know how Ice Cube is starting the big three that's coming here in August. I'm trying to get Cube in here for real. How we started out, how Phocuz Radio started, and we keep it organic with the podcast. I think that's what Tommy Broadwater did, man, in the political sense. I mean, this guy was cool, man. Sweatsuits, jerry curls, diamond rings, and, Bentleys and Rolls Royces, but about his people. I read a great story in the Washington Post, man. This actually was done in 2001. And I don't think it was another story like this before. But he had just talked about, man, his upbringing. He talked about, how he had to fight to get where he had to be, where he was at. And he became a Bills Bombman. And like I said, once again, that's how everybody really knows him. But you got to know that history before he actually had became the Bills bondsman, Prince George's County. And like I said, man, a big mansion in Upper Marlboro. They actually did the interview. They walked through the mansion, and he just said how humble he was, man, to grow up in that small house with 12 other siblings, right? And how he had got to the point where he was at now. He just passed away, I think, a few days ago. And like I say, once again, his rise from poverty to wealth, his passions from social margins to the county's aspect. He was definitely local figure, man. Like I say, man, once again, well known. And I love his story because it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter where you are in life. If you fall, as long as you can get up, you good. If you fall, long as you can get up. Because once you get up, ain't no stopping you. Once you fall, but if you fall and you stay down and you lay down, then you got the problem. But once you fall and you get back up, it doesn't matter because now I'm up on my feet. And like I say, once again, now I can walk again. Now I can run again. Let's get it going. You know what I mean? So I read the story, man. He wanted to be a millionaire by the time he was 35. It didn't happen when he was 35, but it did happen a few years later. He became a millionaire, man, and just talked about how cool he was, how he was an inspiration to Wayne Curry, who was once our Prince George's County executive. I believe Wayne Curry did a great job. I remember Wayne Curry, man. I was growing up as a little kid, and I remember Wayne Curry. I even want to say he served a couple of terms in Prince George's County, And Tommy Broadwater, Wayne Curry, actually, Tommy Broadwater was his mentor. So we had Wayne Curry chilling at Ebony M. And they say these two guys, man, to be in the back, in the cut, chilling, eating chicken wings and a couple of drinks and, just doing their thing and talking business and talking politics, man. So shout out to Wayne Curry. That's one thing about this DMV area, man. I don't care how big some of us may get. Some of us, man, just remain humble and we remain home. You know what I mean? Because every day, every single day, it's a work in progress, man. You know what I mean? Especially in our county, especially in DC, VA, they got their own thing going on. But when I speak of the DMV, I'm speaking on DC, Maryland, and right across that bridge, man. So I definitely want to say rest in paradise, man. To Tommy Ford. I'm sorry, Tommy Broadwater. I said Tommy Ford. Tommy Broadwater. They called him Rocky, as in Rockefeller. You feel what I'm saying? Because he was always about getting that money. And that's one thing about him, man. He had realized that he didn't have to be a politician to become known. That's one thing that he said. He said, so after he got out of the political field, he said a lot of people had asked him, would he fight to get his seat back? Would he fight to get into it? And he said once he evaluated himself, evaluated his businesses, evaluated his community, evaluated his people around him, what they needed, what he could do, he said he just became a business owner, man, and helped his people. Some people would say a loan shark. Some people would say underhanded. Some people will say this. Some people will say that. How many people do we still have to this day that are underhanded but ain't helping their people? This guy actually helped his people. And he would give loans to people because he said, I know my people are going to pay me back. So many brothers, man, from the 80s, maybe even the 70s, man, definitely the 80s, no, for sure the 90s, as far as for Tommy Broadwater, getting them out of jail, man. There's a Bills bombing, they're going to get you out. They're going to they like a broker. They're going to put the money up. You feel what I'm saying? And if you don't come back, then you got problems. You know what I mean? Your mom might lose their home or lose their car, whatever they put up, that's collateral. You feel me? But I don't think he had that problem, man. He was just well-known and a good dude, and people trusted him, and he trusted people. So at the end of the day, man, especially in the political world, it's all about the people. We voting you in. We getting you in office. We are the government. And people don't understand that. They think it's these people that's in these off. Nah, man, nah. We put them there. We put them there. And once again, man, this guy was at his business, man, damn near every single day. So he didn't forget about the people. He ain't just run off and get the money and just let somebody run. Nah, he stayed humble. He stayed with the people, talking to the people, going up in the spot. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. But see, you gotta have that respect. You gotta have that respect, man. People got to love you. And no matter, like one thing I can say, 50 years of hip hop, we still celebrating. Like Scarface. Scarface always come. You know one thing he say? He said, man, I come to DC, man, it's just love. It's just respect. As me being an artist, me being Scarface. So be respected first. You know what I'm saying? It's the what they say, money, power, and respect. But I don't think it go that way. I think it's the respect. Then they respect you. Then you getting the money. Now you got the money. Now you got the power. They say money, power, respect. Nah, because I don't think you got to have money to be respected. I don't think you got to have money to have power. As long as you can make shit happen. You feel me? And that's why I commend this, man, because I'm still pushing. I'm still doing my thing, and I will never stop. You feel what I'm saying? But we have those people that have fallen as long as you are able to get back up, man. So rest in paradise, Tommy Broadwater. You already know what it is, man. Your host with the most focus field of Focus Radio, and we does this, man. I got a brother, man, that's gonna come on. Goes by the name of Francois Scarborough, and he's a boxer. He's coming up, man. He's from the DMV area, born in Virginia, raised in Cheverly. And before we get started, before we jump into this interview, they call this the knockout of the DMV. And I'm going to show this. And It came from Twitter, but the young boy, man, is vicious. He has a fight this Saturday. Um, up in that jump to live up in B-more. Like I said, goes by the name of France.
Starting to look for the right hand a little bit. He can just bait him with, there it goes. Down, there it is.
We got to show that one more time. It happened so quick that a Mike Tyson man.
Scarborough delivers. Yeah, one point. Got it. Starting to look for the right hand a little bit. He can just bait him with, there it goes. Down, there it is. He asked for it. He asked for it. And he got it. Scarborough delivers. Yeah, one point. Got it. And it is over. That was a beautiful right hand. That was a beautiful right hand. A mistake made by Lavelle for flying in with his hands down. Scarborough State.
Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. Your host with the most, and what we got in the building, Francois Scarborough.
What's up?
How you, baby?
How you doing? I'm doing lovely.
And everything is everything, man. You say you're doing lovely, so everything is good, right?
Yeah, I'm at practice right now. I'm on my lunch break.
Okay, I got it, man. You know what? I'm glad you took time out of your busy schedule, man. I know training for a fight, man, can be strenuous. A lot of work you got to put in. So I want to thank you, man, for being here, gracing the stage, man, of Phocuz Radio. And before I got your interview started, they had called it the DMV knockout. So I showed that it was on a Twitter page of a trainer that has trained a lot of great boxers in the game. And he said that was a DMV knockout. So I had to show my people, man, that right hand that you got. You know what I mean? What else you got?
Yeah.
What else you got in the right hand? You got the left hand, southpaw. Give us your style.
D, all of the above.
All the above. I like that.
All of the above.
Got you. Francois. The name, man. I like I'm big on names and identity, man. You don't have a nickname from what I heard. No, Frankie. Frankie. That's Frankie the franchise.
Frankie the franchise.
But the name is Francois.
The name is Francois. Absolutely.
What's some history on that, man? Because you're a junior.
Yeah, Francois Scarborough Jr. I'm a junior. I had to create my own identity because, my dad, he cool, but I wanted to live in my own footsteps. So all my life I've been going by Frankie. My first day in the boxing gym, I got the name franchise from somebody that I couldn't pronounce, Francois. And I'm like, man, I guess it was just meant to be. So I went with Frankie the franchise. And I've been going by that all my life.
Got you. Started off in the wrestling world, right?
Yeah, started off in the wrestling world at Flowers. I wrestled there, 5th in the state.
Wow.
That in there, like back to back, Winter Bliss champ. Let me see. First in the counties 3 years in a row. All that great stuff.
What made you want to box?
Honestly, I'm a big PlayStation guy. So I would sit back and I would play Fight Night. And I'm like, all right, like I'm sitting here playing this game, but I ain't never boxed. Like I sit back and I play Madden and I play football, but I'm sitting here playing Fight Night and I never boxed. So I took my dad and they're taking me into the gym. He took me into the gym and I'm in that joint sparring my 7th day. Like that's unheard of. So I'm sparring guys that been there the whole summer, my 7th day, and I'm pretty much giving them the blues. And then I just pretty much figured that I'm a natural, and I kept going forward, even though some distractions happened here and there because I was obsessed with football. I kind of realized that I was never going to be a guy that was 6'3", and I took boxing and I ran with it.
Okay, great stuff. A DMV guy, born in what, Glenville? Well, no, born in Arlington, Virginia, and it sounds like you moved to Maryland, grew up in Cheverly, went to Flowers. So my next question would be, because I've interviewed guys, man, Keith Holmes, Daryl Coley. I'm sorry. I've interviewed Gary the Russells, interviewed a few people. What I want to ask you, man, is now we got Davis out there, we got the Tank out there, coming from once again the Baltimore area. It's all Maryland to me. I want to ask you, is it harder for you guys to come up or for you guys to get the bigger fights? coming from the DMV area?
Not necessarily. I mean, pretty much however much work you put in is what you're gonna get out of it. And Tank, I seen him while I was growing up before I went away to college. He put the work in. And Davis, while I was in college, he was putting the work in. And look, Gary Russell, they put the work in. So all the work that you put in is gonna show. So if you're putting that work in, nobody can hold you back. Nobody can stop you. It's gonna show you're gonna be a superstar. So you can't really blame nobody besides yourself in this sport. And putting the work in it goes outside of the boxing ring. Putting the work in also goes down as being business savvy. All of the guys you just named, business savvy. Keyshawn, the businessman, that's what he called himself. Tank, he was with Mayweather. Who better yet to be under than Mayweather to learn about business? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you got to put in the work and cover all of the parameters.
The reason I asked that, because I wanted you to answer it just like you did, as far as motivating, now seriously, as far as motivating the younger generation coming up behind you and what it takes. Because we just have, to me, we got kind of a bad stigma sometimes when it comes to our people here that make it. So that's why I said, we have great sport people, man. We have actors, we have singers, we got rappers, so many people, but the stigma here in the DMV, but we have a lot of great boxers that have came out of this area. So I'm glad you motivated the people, man. The people coming behind you, basically, no matter where you at, you got to put that work in. No matter where you from, you got to put that work in.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to put the work in, and you got to be attentive. You got to understand that everybody that smiles in your face is not your friend. And you got to understand that people are like crabs in a barrel. Once they see you getting out the barrel, they want to try to pull you back down there. And it sounds crazy, but that's just how it is. And the faster you understand that, the more successful you'll be.
Let me ask you now, tell the people, man, who do you fight this Saturday?
Honestly, the guy that I fight this Saturday, I have no idea who his name is. We wanted to fight somebody 10-1. We signed the paperwork, sent it in. They pulled it out. Then we supposed to fight somebody else with 6 knockouts. They pulled out. We had a contract set in place to fight a guy 2-0 with 2 knockouts. And he said that he wasn't going to fight me in the 6th round. He was only going to fight in the 4th rounder. I'm a strong fighter now, and it would be crazy to take steps backwards because right now we're elevating, and we're elevating pretty fast. So I guess now we're on plan D, and I'm fighting a person that's in the ring in front of me. I don't know who that is, but I do know if he getting in there, then he got a lot of game by beating me. And that's just pretty much how it is. He got a lot of game by beating me. So he's going to come on his A game. He's gonna come prepared, and he's gonna come ready to fight, ready to beat me. And I'm not gonna let that happen. Like, I'm fighting for the rest of my life on this side. So,
this is let me ask you this: it's a 12-round bout, right? 12 rounds.
This time is a 6-round fight. 6-round bout.
Now the reason I asked that question, I didn't know if that was for marketing purposes or for promo purposes. When I said maybe he's just gonna knock him out in 6 rounds, but it is a 6-round bout.
Yeah, it's a 6-round bout, and then eventually, because it's it's my 5th bout right now. This will be my 6th bout. Then we're gonna hop it up to 8 as fast as we can. Then we'll hop it up to 10, and then those championship fights, hopefully they sooner, rather faster than slower. We're gonna be fighting 12 rounds. So okay. It's progress, but I'm definitely enjoying the journey. I don't want to speed the journey up too much, but I'm enjoying the journey. I'm living my dream, man. This is what I used to always dream of. So.
That's what that's what it's about, brother. That's what it's about. Let me ask you this. Working out at Sugar Ray Leonard boxing gym, right? Right there in Palmer Park. I've been there forever. Maybe, I don't know. I've been there. Sugar Ray. We talking about Sugar Ray Leonard a long time. How did it feel, man? Like, did you feel like, man, this legendary? How did you feel? Because I think that the atmosphere always makes a difference. That's why I told your dad early this morning. I said, nah. I said it's cool. He said, man, is it okay if he stream in because he can't make it in the stew? I say that's cool because I say the atmosphere, the background, all this makes a difference. You in your zone right now. You at home right now.
I am. I'm at home. And so the atmosphere at Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
Atmosphere at Sugar Ray Leonard was cool. I actually met Sugar Ray Leonard a few times.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah, you can come in. I actually met Sugar Ray Leonard a few times, and that was cool. But it's something about Hillcrest Boxing Gym where I'm at now. Like, it feels like home. Like, it feels like I should have been here a long time ago. And
Oh, really? Hillcrest. That's
yeah,
where you
I'm
are
at
now.
Hillcrest right now, and it feels like I should have been here a long time ago. It's right at home.
Wow.
You can see the hard work as soon as you walk in the building.
Wow. Okay. Great. That's great, man. That's great. We just gave them a promo, man, for all my youngins, everybody that's trying to come up in that boxing game. Hillcrest Heights, heard it first, man, right here from
Yeah,
France.
hold on, I can give you a little, since I'm mobile. I forgot I'm mobile. Look
Yes,
at all
sir.
this hard work out here. Let me
Yes,
see.
sir. Let me see. Yes, sir. Let me know.
Yeah, look at all that hard work.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, brother, man. Thanks for tuning in. You plugged in to Focus Radio. Let me ask you, man, what are you expecting yourself to do Saturday? Is you gonna go a whole 6 rounds, or you saying I'm gonna get them out of there in 1 round because I ain't got all day? What are you expecting yourself to do?
Saturday, I'm expecting myself to not make rookie mistakes.
Okay.
This is my 13th month boxing. You know, 12 months out of that, you're not a rookie no more. So this is my 13th month boxing. If you check the stats on BoxRec, out of the 15 rounds that I boxed, I've never lost a round out of those 15. So I'm expecting to take all 6 more rounds. That's what I'm expecting to do.
Let me ask you. This is this $1 million. This is definitely $1 million question. Who do you want to fight? Who do you want to fight? Once you go pro, once you get a couple more under your belt, who you want to see, man? Who you not? Let me ask, who you want to fight? Period.
Who do I want to fight? I want to fight the person that's gonna bring in the most money. At the end of the day, it's a business. So the person that's gonna bring in the most money, that's who I want to fight, and I don't care who that is.
I like that, man. I like that. If you had any, if you, I know you went to Sugar Ray Leonard, boxing gym, man. Who, as boxers, man, who do you look up to, man? You know, who do you like? Who do you say? Who got you started? They had to be somebody.
Who got me started? Man, that was a long time ago. I can for that. But
Did your dad box?
You said what?
Did your dad box?
My dad didn't box. Granddad didn't box. They tell you
Okay.
they box. But I ain't seen no proof in my whole life. So the people I looked up to in the game was pretty much, you know, your Sugar Ray Leonards, your Floyds, and I'm gonna forget people, and everybody gonna be all mad at me. But your Sugar Ray Leonards, your Floyds, your Muhammad Ali's. Then I had Canelo. Canelo was taking over when I was growing up. You got your Mike Tyson. I like Mike Tyson.
You know Mike, right?
Huh?
You can't forget about Mike, right?
Yeah, you can't forget about Mike. I like everybody. I like your Tyson Furies. That's probably my favorite heavyweight right now.
Okay.
And I like a lot of people. You can learn a lot about boxing from everybody's style. So I can't sit there and tell you one person because I've been watching them all.
Let me ask you, man. What would be your future plans, man? Nobody. Well, we had a couple of boxers that retired and maybe have came out of retirement. You all are in a dangerous sport. You can make a lot of money, but it could be dangerous. So you want to get out at the right time. We just spoke on boxers making moves, like you said, those business moves. What would you want to do after boxing?
I got some plans on my sleeve. I definitely want to get into real estate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't mind owning the gym. That'd be great. I wouldn't mind managing my own fighters. That'd be great because I'm the type of person that's not going to take nothing from nobody.
Okay.
And, you know, as life goes on, we pretty much find out more stuff that's for us. And right now, I'm just in the beginning stage of my life. So if you ask me that question in another 10 years, then I'll probably give you 10 more answers.
Got you. Weigh in is tomorrow. Where's weigh-in usually at? Is that usually where you fight, or is that usually where is that?
Yeah, the weigh-ins are usually in the arena that we fight at. So the weigh-in tomorrow, 1 p.m. at live casino and hotels, and those are pretty cool. You know what I mean? If you're not doing nothing, I definitely will recommend that you come out there and support Scarborough Nation.
So let me ask you, a day before tomorrow's weigh-in, a day before the fight, you just relax. Anything that you do in particular before the day?
I relax. I watch some film. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just to dot my I's and cross my T's.
Okay.
I probably sit back and relax some more and do stuff that I like to do. Like this whole camp, I don't think I watched a TV episode yet. So tomorrow, I think I might sit back and I might watch Troy. I like Troy.
Okay.
I might watch 300.
Got
Either
you.
one of those.
Got you.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be relaxing.
Man, this has been a great interview, man. This is even motivation for me, and I opened my podcast up today talking about Tommy Broadwater. He's an older guy, and he failed, not physically failed, but had some issues, going on within his successful career, but was able to get back up. You know what I mean? Even at his older age, man. So it's all motivation to me. Doesn't matter how old you are, brother. If you're 5 years old, you can motivate somebody. If you're 10, 15, 25, whatever it may be, an older cat, old guy, it doesn't matter. It's all about motivation, man, and keep on going. So I'm glad we had this interview because it's just like in a boxing ring, brother.
Absolutely. Life is not. It's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how you get back up, right?
Right? Absolutely, man. I commend you, man. I respect you, man. I like your grown, man. I like your maturity. I'm gonna be looking at you, man. I've seen three of your YouTube joints, and I had played one at DMV Knockout before you had came on. So I'll definitely be in the building to witness this, man. I wanna see you live in color. Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? And keep going, man. Don't stop. Phocuz Radio, you are now plugged in. So this is a home for you too. As far as for media, anybody else coming up in that boxing gym that need some media, that need their first interview, that need their next interview, I am here, man. And it's all about staying focused, man. So
for sure. Hey, keep your eye on 10K Trey.
You said, huh?
I said, keep your eye on 10K Trey, man. He coming out right behind me.
TK Trey.
Trey Irvin Fuller. Irvin Fuller. Keep your eye on him too.
I'll write that name down so I won't forget it right now. And I got you, bro. I want to thank you, man, for gracing stage of Phocuz Radio. Tell your dad I said thank you, man, and just keep doing what you do. Stay focused, baby.
For sure, man. I'm going to see you on Saturday. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Don't blink.
Y'all heard it first, man, right here on Phocuz Radio, man. Another exclusive interview. Francois Sbarro. Got to get that name right, man. Francois, I like that name. Hold on, let me go to my Facebook Live, man. Y'all on here. Let me see. Let me see what I got on here. Faye, what's happening, Faye? Marie is in the building. Let me see. She said facts. Phocuz Field, what it do? You already know what it do, Kenneth. Philip Payne is in the building. My man. Hey, man, we got to do some more open mics, man. We got to get it back jumping like we used to. Susie is in the building. Jeanetta's in the building. Jill is in the building. McCain is in the building. Y'all already know what it is. Hey, Aaron, you already know what it is, son, man, in the building. And that brings us to our next story, man. And what we do here, we just stay focused, man. And it brings me to my next story. A 6-year-old, the platform is based around a missing and murdered community. We had a 6-year-old in Florida. Let me see. It was a 6-year-old in Florida. We had a creep that tried to snatch her up. So the creep snatched her up, grabbed her, picked her up, tried to run away with her. And this little 6-year-old man right here, what she did was bit his arm. And I said, man, she must have bit that creep hard as hell because he dropped her. Now, he actually picked her up. I think he picked her up. She said he smacked her. And she bit his arm so hard, he dropped her. And then the Bama, he ran off. Now, he goes by the name of Leonardo Venegas. Leonardo Venegas. He's Hispanic. He's been arrested on charges of kidnapping and child abuse. So a creep. Then they got the Bama on camera. But I want to give a shout out to the Phocuz hero of the week. And once again, he was 32 years old. This occurred in the Miami apartment complex. And this is her words. Shout out. So I got this from YouTube, but it's WSVN Channel 7. That's the Miami news. I love stories like this. She said, he grabbed me, picked me up. He started running with me. Also, he grabbed me, picked her up. She said, not today. He grabbed me, picked me up, started running with me. I bit him. Then he slapped me and threw me to the floor. and started running to his car. And her name is Alaric. She's 6 years old. And I was trying to get the picture, but I couldn't get the picture. But this is a picture of her. But look the story up, man. All my stories, all of it is facts, man. Just look it up. Look this story up, man. Her name is Alaric. And her mom was like just so proud of her. And I said, man, you can't be messing with these kids, man, from the hood. And then she said there was some other kids out there, and he ran away. And I guess, you know, sometimes you got to set the bar. And he was in a Range Rover snatching kids. Wow. She said he was in a white Range Rover. She's very smart. And her mom, man, Tashia McGill, if he does get out, what if he tries to come back? Many kids don't know how to defend themselves, so I'm actually happy she was able to defend herself. This sets the example. This sets the bar for even kids in that area, for just kids, period, that may watch the news with their mom. Because whatever you got to do, you get that suck up off you. You got to hit him with something. You got to kick him in that middle part. Whatever you got to do, my young people, my kids, they grab you, bite them like Alaric did. Bite them so hard. Bite them. I don't care. Bite them. Then you go and go to the doctor, make sure everything all right. But to get him up off you, you do anything that you got to do. And I'm so happy. I'm so glad that Alaric had did that. Creep ran up on her. She don't know this guy. Listen, he Hispanic. He grab her, smack her, and he run away. Oh, no, not today. No, not this Lyric. So she's my focus hero of the week. Once again, we're talking about setting the bar and setting the example. Not only with this case, but with everything that we do. So for all of those that's on my Facebook Live that follow me, set the bar, set the example. Don't always look for something in return. The blessing will come. You won't get blessings unless you bless somebody else, right? So set the bar in any way that's positive and good that you can. And that's what she did. She didn't do anything wrong. Fuck the fact that he was an adult. He trying to grab me, take me somewhere. I don't know what he's going to do. So she thought quick on her feet. And like I say, once again, my platform is based around the missing and murdered community. So for all of my parents that's watching, all of my young audience that may be watching, if this happens, any way you got to get away from these creeps, do it. And then come on, Focus Radio, we going to talk about it. Mr. Phil, you know what I did? I picked up a brick and I hit him in the lips. Hey, I might give you proud. I ain't got no problem with that. So definitely in this day and age, man, we have to, it's like back in the day, man, when your big uncles and your big brothers and your cousins, and they be like, come on, man, let's fight. And you had some people, don't be teaching him, you got some females, don't be teaching him, don't be hitting my, we got to do that these days, man. We got to toughen up the community in a good way for these creeps, man, because there's so many of them out here. And they know that kids can't defend themselves. See, the creeps, they study, they sit back, the molesters, the pedophiles, this is what they do. They prey on innocent children. Why? Because it's a child and they're innocent. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I also have adults that I report missing every single Thursday. And sometimes those are under certain circumstances. And women that may be snatched off the streets and things may happen against their will. And it's hard to defend themselves because with the missing, it's on so many different levels, right? But most of the time, when it's a female from, let's say 18 and up, let's say 21 and up, most of the time they just don't go missing. When we hear the end of the story, something tragically has happened. And I've only reported maybe one story, and that's LaShawn from Cleveland, Ohio. And I believe that was something domestic, and maybe he did try to kidnap her and take her, but she made it back home, right? To make a long story short, Lachey Jordan, that's her name. And she made it back, and they found her near a convenience store and with slippers on and clothes ripped up, and and she allegedly, supposedly took him from her job, but come to find out, this was an ex-boyfriend that was stalking her. There is a whole bunch of shit, right? So it's different circumstances for those that go missing. Alert could have ended up missing, and I could have been telling her story, but she bit that arm, and I love it. I love it. So shout out, she's the Phocuz hero of the week. Thank you. Thank you. I see my million people in my studio. We are going to go to Henderson Long, man. Once again, this is one of the reasons, man, why I do this platform. The story of 8-year-old Alicia Rudd, who went missing from a DC General homeless shelter 9 years ago. And every year, this guy puts together this great event with media just to keep her name alive. It's sad because we've had recovery parties. And with that said, recovery, what are they doing? They're looking for something, right? I asked Mr. Henderson, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, were there any more leads? He said, Phil, this is actually a homicide investigation at this point for Alicia Rudd. And he's on my live right now. Let me see if I can get him, how I get him in here. Hello, Henderson? Oh, you can hear me. Hold on one second. This is what we're going to do. See, we keep it organic right here. This is how we do it. Henderson Long, you already know what it is, man. You already know how we go. I just want you to, I know you very well, but just tell the people, who is Henderson Long? What does Henderson Long do? What does Henderson Long stand for, and why you do what you do, and why you've been on this case since day one with Alicia Rudd. Oh, year and a half after. I'm sorry. Okay. And how long have you been doing this, Mr. Long? Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. In your opinion, why do we have so many missing youth in our nation's capital?
man might be something, and they're presented with another alternative that they think is the correct way to go, which is being at home, don't tell nobody where they're going, and then you see a missing person's flyer out. So it's a whole melting pot of dynamics. It's no one specific thing. But I can tell you the number one call for children to leave home, family conflict. Like, you know, if they have bad parents put them on and they decide they're going to leave. Maybe they're not following the rules in the house, so they leave. These are many different reasons, but family conflict, domestic violence, in other words, is the number one cause of children to leave home. And you know, adults open up the conversation why adults may go. But as far as minor family conflict, rebellion, certain age, rebellion, you gotta throw that in there. You know, young getting a little rebellious, they leave home, you know, buck up against their parents, don't want to follow the rules. Typical stuff, but the typical things, right? When that child leaves home and they're unsupervised and they out here in the lion's den, then on a humble, we see all these other things occur. We see a homicide occur. We see them participating in felony activity, carjacking, okay? All these different things happen. That's why we encourage law enforcement, we encourage the community. Don't downplay that word runaway. If a child, let's say they ran away from home, because they still supervised. There's still a minor that can be easily influenced by older. You got the sex trafficking mom, the older the young girls in the process of them running away. They often trafficked and don't even know they trafficked. So the scope of missing person is so big, so huge. The phenomenon itself, it entails a whole lot, not just no one thing. But I can tell you this: it is a direct outcry of the community in terms of housing. That girl Jules Stroman talking about housing.
Right.
We was really sure that when she went missing.
Homeless shelter. You're right. Yep.
Okay. What else happened? You saw government agencies who had oversight, direct oversight over that family. We know they need more help than they. We know this. We can say a whole lot of other stuff too. But we start talking about accountability. We start talking about the things that we can control. We can't control what goes on in somebody else's house, but we can hold government agencies accountable. We can improve. Listen, you know, it's a trick in the schools for truancy. You know, that's how this all got set off. But to bring that number down, you shouldn't be able to write a handwritten letter to the school. It ought to be a doctor's letter. Khalil Tatum should have never been able to be allowed, or that letter should have never been accepted.
Absolutely. I agree.
So listen, we got a lot on the table. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of education to do. And one thing I want to be the community with, a strong message I want to deal with, is we're going to put hard to get every case national exposure. But if your case don't get national exposure, that don't mean your case not necessarily won't get solved. There are other, here's just one tool as an investigator that I'm going to use. That's one tool. I'm going to deputize. I'm going to let everybody, so everybody can, they know to call the police. I got more eyes out. But in addition to that, the community, the underserved community, know the nuts and bolts, a little bit about investigation, how this stuff goes. A lot of times we're very uneducated on DNA. We're very uneducated on fingerprints, Davis database, CODIS. These are all things that your investigator will use. Video surveillance. These are all tools. Eyewitness them. These are still sticky investigations, the things that bring the case to come. Now, the media is one tool. So if you don't have that, I don't want the community to feel hopeless, especially the African American community. What I will say to the community is, if your case is not being investigated up to your standards, escalate your complaint. Even if you have to go all the way up to also, know don't play. Or ice spray, or mirror valves, if you can't get it up. Or I would say contact some of the commanders directly so that they can get involved. Hell, they directly. Whenever you think of criminal malice involved in your kid, sometimes family, they batting 10. They know when something happens to their loved one.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
Yeah. You know, may not be evidence. So what I'm saying is, get in contact with your commander. I'm always putting out emails where families, so they'll know who to call in case, they feel like the case is being solved, work satisfactorily. Understanding these general orders. That's for a missing person. That's what tell you what to expect when you love. Sometimes we expect the Amber Alert, but maybe the child didn't meet that criteria. So our expectations can be off. A lot of times you see inappropriately protesting with something that they probably by the book shouldn't have gotten. But there are all other things other than media. I notice we want to be seen, and I think that's a right. I mean, I feel like that's a reasonable expectation. But if it doesn't happen, we don't own our own stuff. We don't own that, right? You're not, right? So and we hold the power to put our cases in the forefront. Let's understand the other two. Let's make sure that we prepare, that we understand the 5 steps prepared when our loved ones listening. And that was part of a day. We had information, we had literature out there, 5 steps. Do you know that most people don't have up to date of their child?
I say it all the time. All the time.
Are you aware that most people don't have an accurate physical description?
I got you. Hey Henderson, we're gonna get back to this. I got 3 minutes. I want to at least show 2 flies. Henderson Long, ladies and gentlemen, hit him up, man. It's just that simple. Simple as ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. Hey, Henderson, you already know, man. We plug. I got you, baby. I got you. I appreciate you.
All right, my man.
Peace. All right.
All right, later, man.
All right. We'll talk. All right. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. Your host with the most, Phocuz Field of Phocuz Radio. Before I get out of here, I got 2 minutes. Kyon Jones. Look this case up. I'm sure y'all remember it. 1500 block of Bennett Road Northeast. He's been missing since Wednesday, May the 5th, 2021. He actually was only 2 months old. This is a sad case. Just type in Kyon, Kyon Jones. Missing from the 1500 block of Bennett Road, once again, Northeast. He's been missing since Wednesday, May the 5th, 2021. We are in 2023. It was reported to the Metropolitan Police Department as on Friday, that was a Friday. He's described as a black male. He was an infant, brown hair and brown eyes. Clothing description is unknown. I will get into this story maybe next week, but where's Felicia Rudd? Y'all already know what it is, man. Time is money. Money is time. I'm out. Holler at me. Let me host your next event. Inbox me not now, but right now. We advertise. We market. We promote. We do it all right here on Phocuz Radio. And like I say, man, we are for those that are in the trenches, for those that want their first start, those looking for their next interview, those that are looking for their first interview. I want to do it. I don't know how to do it. Come to Phocuz Radio. I got you, baby. Peace.